Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Philadelphia Eagles. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan? Introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On 1, ready?
2nd and 7. Burrow looking to pass. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And from the 15, they're able to work this into the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
That's the stuff that you want right there. He knows for the entire season, throwing hundreds, honestly thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Burrow on third down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. Getting a sack to Fletcher Cox.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never brought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Burrow trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. That Charles on the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow, eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
What's not cool about the game there on 2nd down, that was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Again, it's Burrow. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own
touchdown, Bengals! Hayden Hurst, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Bengals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And some room to work. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, 19 White.
2nd and 9 now. Smith catches left side. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Now back to throw. And that's going to be caught front end. Touchdown. From 8 yards out.
And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route, It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here.
Here we go.
4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Well, they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here we go.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in this, and he fires one that's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TV.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Come on.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Going up top. He's got a man, complete.
And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
A big play there just before halftime. 75 yards.
Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
18, pioneer.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Their mobile quarterback making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Eagles have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Sliding out of the pocket.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
And some room to roam now.
And he will be brought down.
as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about... He's tackled at the 20.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Now Burrow to throw on second down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Hands it off out of the gun. And some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Again, it's Mixon. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
I think sometimes when you try to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, 35 yards. As his guys have now moved out in front.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might...
There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? offensive line, out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the ball back in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on third and inches. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop the shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
19.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 11.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will... And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal 1st down.
Here we go.
Back to throw here.
Got a man open. It's Chase. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 2nd and very short. Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And it'll lead to a 3rd.
Well, he did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future touchdown.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Finding more on the out route for the completion. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DJ Moore, 36 yards. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's brought down after a very nice game.
129 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that hole with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Lose the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now, we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present, making plays, and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
And he'll conserve whatever time he can as they'll have to bring it out to the 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The
Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with the lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful.
He's got a man complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, fourth quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem phased one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now.
This is caught at the 20. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. A big play there for Cincinnati. 55 yards.
Here we go.
So the field flips here as he'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Now Burrow.
This is caught. It's Boyd. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown, and forget overtime. Barring a miracle, they're going to win this thing in regulation.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Final chance here on the kick return, but no chance on the other side that they were going to let him navigate all the way to the end zone, Charles. And that ends up being the final play in this one.